Hello everyone, welcome and good morning if that's if you're watching this in your morning. I'm not live, but I do not edit my videos and unless I'm told to. So this is real time. There's going to be some pauses. There's going to be some me interacting with the divine as I am asked to speak. And you just heard me clear my throat chakra. So there may be some uncomfortable things that I don't want to necessarily talk about that I'll be talking about today. So they're preparing me. Ooh, isn't life wonderful when we are expanding into the uncomfortable? Okay. My name is Jackie Ellis. I'm from JackieEllis.com. I'm an intuitive guide and mentor and Reiki master. I help people decode the energy that they have within them, that's stuck within them, so that they can really understand the energies that they're using to create their life. And when they allow themselves to understand how the energies that they're using, they get to release what isn't working for them anymore and create a life that they love. This message today is going to be a message for the collective. And the energies that we're feeling right now are powerful. They are upgrading us and preparing us for New Earth. Did not plan to say that. Didn't have a plan actually, because I don't know what I'm supposed to be talking about today. But apparently I'm doing a reading, a live reading again. This is totally in my, it's outside my comfort zone. I usually do my readings in a very private space, so then I can receive all the information that I am asked to receive. So this is very much a uncomfortable for me. So you're watching me grow and expand real time here, or when you will get a view of me expanding and growing. Okay, so I got told to use the same two decks as the last couple videos. My Heaven and Earth Tarot deck and my Archangel Metatron Oracle deck. We're going to start with the tarot. Adonai, what would you like me to share with the collective? Those that are meant to watch this video, meant to receive this message in love and light. Yesterday's video was titled New Earth is Upon Us. If you have not watched that, I recommend you watching it. have one question. Okay. Whew. Okay, so this is a powerful message for people that are finding themselves in situations that aren't pleasant to be in, that are challenging, that are harsh environments. That are harsh environments is what I'm being told. So normally this is a card of celebration, of coming together, but in this case, this signifies that we are connected beings. We love having connections with other people. We love being around other people, especially those that we love. But sometimes, especially in these times, in this period of time, there are those that we love that are acting possibly very different than they have before, or the characteristics, what I'm being told, the characteristics that they had, some of the characteristics that they had have now been amplified, and it's become very, very harsh and uninviting, is the term that I'm being told. It just makes it very hard to be around them. This is our card from our recent past. So people were determined to go their own way. They were very determined to make their own decision. Some people trusted their intuition. Well, they all trusted their intuition. They trusted the what their soul was telling them to do. Their soul made the decision for them. And that was done because people, instead of following their intuition and releasing and healing in some way, they went their own way. They were bound and bent to go their own way, do their own thing, and ignore their soul's mission for this life. And when they did that, some of them are now feeling their hands in the fire. They're going through a lot of strife. They're struggling big time. And in turn, because we are connected to those people and have relationships with those people, if we find ourselves in their space and around them, we will also feel like we have our hands in the fire. We will also feel like we are going through a lot of trouble, a lot of strife, a lot of anguish. We want to make sure that we're honoring everyone in this situation, where we're not taking on responsibility for that other person's actions. We're not taking responsibility for the other person's feelings, but we are honoring them by recognizing that they are going through a rough period, rough time. because of the soul decision their soul made, the decision their soul made. And we also want to honor ourselves by making sure that we are getting ourselves in, creating safe spaces for ourselves so that we can make sure that we are working through our own energies, working through our own healing, continuing to do that because that is important. It doesn't mean that we need to, what I'm being told is we're not to isolate ourselves from everyone. We are still to connect with other people because that in itself is healing, because it allows the triggers to come up that need to be healed. It allows us to see things from a different perspective and heal what we need to heal for what's to come. So the new earth is upon us, but we're still in this healing journey. We're still releasing massive amounts of stuck energy so that we can honor our soul's journey. Those that have chosen not to stay on earth are also honoring their soul's choice. Their soul's choice is being honored. But they're also feeling this energy that is a higher vibrational energy, and it is uncomfortable beyond uncomfortable. It feels like a bed of nails, but not in a good, like, therapeutic way, like very much a, like, the pressure is intense. Because they have really dense energy that is stuck within them. They will feel that higher vibrational energy will be bringing that to light even more. So those people are going to be triggered more. Those people are going to be resisting more because they have not decided to let it go. They have chosen to hold on to that in massive ways. And unfortunately, for some of you that are in relationships with these people, sometimes those souls' missions has been to release energy, release unhealed trauma in a soul relationship with yourself, potentially yourself, or someone that's close to them, and you just happen to be in the way. You just happen to be the one that they release all of that frustration towards. The Sun is a very cleansing card. It is an enlightening card. It is the significance of our spiritual journey. So this is the significance that I'm being asked to share with you, because a lot of people won't understand why they're going through what they're going through. Everyone's journey is being honored. So what we're being asked to do right now is to make sure that we are doing things in a slow and steady way. We are, instead of reacting to situations, we are pausing and reflecting and trying to get some insight as to why what could be going on here. Is this your own trigger? If it is, you need to find yourself a space so that you can do the healing that you need to do. If this is the other person, then it is honoring that other person enough to give them the space that they need. You don't need to stay in the crossfire, is what I just heard. Honoring them isn't putting yourself in the crossfire. You don't need to stand in front of the firing squad, they said, to be honored. You can walk away. Give yourself the space that you need in that moment, and give them the space that they need to cool down. We're being told to not give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Triggers are launching opportunities for growth and expansion. Keep working through your own triggers, but recognize what's your energy versus another person's. Recognize if someone else is going through something, if someone else is triggered by something. Boundaries. Boundaries are important here. But don't give up on your own journey. Don't give up on your own journey. We have in our very near future a holistic completion. And underneath the spiritual significance was holistic completion, which is very much a supporting energy to this happening. But we need to make sure that we are being non-reactive, that we are consciously working through what we're being asked to work through, and being aware of the energies that people are projecting towards us, so that we aren't picking up other people's energies, including lost souls, because that little thing in my video, that's a lost soul that can now go to the Rainbow Bridge. I'm sending it lovingly to the Rainbow Bridge. Those lost souls can attach to us because they are scared and they're not sure what to do. But we can feel their energies. We can start working through those energies unknowingly, and we can pick up their energies. So we'll feel aches and pains in our body that don't belong to us. So sending lost souls to the Rainbow Bridge is important. Allowing those energies to release and heal in Mother Earth is also important, because that also helps her ascend even faster. Okay. Okay, So a lot of people are not believing that New Earth is coming. This is Five of Cups, loss of pleasure. A lot of people don't believe that New Earth is coming. A lot of people don't believe that that's not possible. It can't happen right now. It can't happen in the blink of an eye, because look at the world we're living in. Look at the corruption that's still out there. Look at the lies governments are telling us. Look at all the illusions, all the corruption, all the crud, all the chaos. What if New Earth was created, but it wasn't in this dimension? Earth is ascending. Earth is ascending. That doesn't mean that what we currently are sitting on, the chair that I'm sitting on, the room that I'm sitting in, the buildings that are around me, that doesn't mean that those will exist in the new Earth. Doesn't mean that they're not going, that like a version or better version will exist. It just means that what we are currently experiencing doesn't need to exist in the new Earth. We don't need to necessarily deconstruct the Earth that we're living on now and crash all the systems in order to start over. In a very human-like way. We don't need to have a project plan where we try and root out all the corruption and evil in every system that we have across the globe in order to create this new Earth. What if the divine was helping us do that in ways that were beyond our human way of thinking? And what if our consciousness was able to just leave this reality, this fourth dimensional Earth reality, to our fresh start? What if we were able to, with the help of the divine, ascend into a world that was so much better than we could ever imagine? I feel like Metatron wants something to say, has something to say to help us. We need to stop looking at the chaos around us. Adonai is saying, stop looking at the chaos around you. Stop believing that New Earth isn't possible because we're too far out. And I get this like vision of too far out. The doomsday vibrations are not helping ascension, is what I'm being told. Love. We need to love. Self-love. Self-love and nurture. Yes, we're going through struggles. Yes, the people that we are around are going through a lot right now. Self-love and nurture. When you're going through your own stuff, whole lot of compassion, whole lot of love is needed in those moments so that you can release what you were being asked to release. What your soul saw in if your soul is chosen to move forward, your soul knew that deep down you could do this. And with that significance being revealed, it is so empowering to know that even though it seems like it's hard to let go of something, there is a higher energy out there that knows that you can do it. You know, I was talking with someone the other day, and they had tried and tried and tried and tried and tried to forgive someone in their life, but it was hard. It was hard. And so I said to her, I said, honey, you feel like you're going 5 steps forward and then you get strung back and you're 4 steps back. And it's like, it's that tug of war. It's like I said, that is the forgiveness that you need to do. You are tethered to that person. So no matter how much you want to consciously move forward, all of that unforgiveness and pain and trauma, and some of it unknowingly to you because it may be connected to other lives as well that you've shared with that person, is keeping you tethered to them. And it's like a bungee cord where you walk forward and then you get pulled back. She goes, it's so hard. I said, I understand. But I want you to think about this. I said, if you knew that tomorrow you could wake up in a different reality that was so much freer and full of joy and happiness because you did that one thing of forgiving that person for all the stuff. Not only forgiving that person and yourself for reacting to the energies of this life and all the lives you may have shared. Would you do it? Would you send love and forgiveness towards yourself and towards the other person and break those energetic cords that were holding all that energy and pain and allow that energy, that stuck energy, to flow down into the earth? If you knew that you could have a different reality and more life, a life filled with joy and happiness and abundance, where you didn't feel like you had to struggle just to survive, where you felt like you could actually thrive for once, if you knew that this one action would give you that freedom, would you do it? And I'm not lying here. It took her a while. It took her a while to think, because she wanted to consciously make that choice for herself. And she goes, yeah, I think I can do it then. I think I can do it. She goes, sorry, it took me so long. I didn't respond because I said, I get it. You wanted to consciously make that choice for yourself, and I am so happy you did that. This is what we need to do. But it takes a boatload of self-love and compassion. Those people and yourself, when we react to the energies within us, we do some weird stuff. We do harmful stuff. We hurt people. And we don't always mean to do it, but sometimes it is intentional because we are feeling attacked as a person, so we intentionally react and attack back. But it's the perception that we have through the energy that we are holding. I'm not saying that is an excuse for bad actions. I'm not saying that's not an excuse for hurting people. I'm saying it is a significance as to why it happened. Whew. Karma. It's time to untie the knots. Time to break free by doing the forgiveness for yourself and doing the forgiveness for other people. When we do that, we're no longer in a negative loop. We move into a positive loop where we are moving up. When we're in a karmic loop, we are moving down. We are spiraling down. When we do, the only way to get through, the only way to break a karmic loop is through forgiveness. Forgiving yourself for the actions that you did, the reactions that you had, and forgiving other people for the actions they did and the reactions they had. And you're not doing the forgiveness to absolve them for what they did. They still need to own their own karma. But it frees you so that you can move forward and ascend to a higher vibration. Mirrors. When we are around people, those triggers that we have are mirrors. There's information in there that is telling us to heal something. So if another person is triggered, and all of a sudden we get triggered because of it. It could be because of something that they said. It could be something that they have done to react a certain way that our soul is going, yeah, you react similar. Or it could be this over responsibility because you've had this fleeting thought that goes, I caused them to react. It was my fault that they're reacting. And you start taking on the burdens of their trigger. Either way, it's a mirror. When we are not triggered by someone who is triggered, There's no mirror there. We can literally go, you know what, this is your stuff. This is not my stuff. I'm going to just exit stage left or exit stage right. Whichever direction you want to go. Things right now are very stressful for people, and people are being overcome with thoughts, their own thoughts, their own beliefs that are circling in their head, but also the beliefs and thoughts that are being projected towards them from other people that don't know how to heal and haven't been interested in healing up until this point. And they certainly may not be interested in doing this very specific healing that they're being asked to do in order to move forward in their journey. They are resisting hard. This can be very emotional. Do not disconnect from your emotions. Do not hide or stuff your feelings. Allow yourself to feel what you need to feel. Allow yourself to process those emotions however you need to process them. If you need to take a drive or a walk and sit down by a tree and just cry, then do it. But feel what you need to feel so you can process the emotions. Let it go. Release what you need to release. And then once you release, you can ask for insight as to what you can learn from that experience. We are almost through this. New Earth is upon us. But it doesn't necessarily mean that this chaotic world that we're living is delaying anything. We do not need to deconstruct in a physical sense this reality that we are in right now. All we need to do is work through what we need to work through. All we need to do is have compassion and love for people and do the forgiveness that we are being asked to do. All we need to do is understand the significance of why we're going through this at this time. We are being connected to people that are soul connections, and soul connections to are like soul connections and soul purpose connections. But if there are soul purpose connections or soul connections that have unhealed trauma or unhealed energy, it's going to make the New Earth experience feel very similar to what you're experiencing now. And it's going to take away from the beauty of what New Earth can bring for us. We need to release this. We need to heal from it. We need to untie those karmic knots and allow ourselves to lovingly release and forgive so that we can start fresh, start new. Take care, everyone. I love you all. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already.